how did you become sick? What happened in what order? Like one day you were okay, you had a few symptoms, and one day you've been diagnosed with lupus. Like what happened in that meantime? And going to a functional medicine doctor can be a huge eye-opener for people, because you start to really understand this timeline. Like, what did your parents and grandparents do, and how did that affect your health? Then how were you birthed? Like, were you C-section? Did you come, through a normal birth? Then, from there, like, how many courses of antibiotics did you have before you were 6? And then, tell us about some symptoms that came up in childhood, and going through that whole process of self-discovery and learning your history and learning where you came from and understanding your experience from a different point of view, has been hugely valuable to so many people, right? That journey is really incredible. But for some people, they didn't have that experience at all. They experienced that this was really expensive. Why doesn't health insurance pay for this thing? Why is this guy trying to sell me supplements? Why is, like, there was all these issues coming up where people, felt like that there was something wrong with this process. And it was a mixed bag. And that was with the same practitioner, right? And then never mind, now this is happening now over the last 10 years, like a lot more people have asked me about practitioners from all over the country, because we built the biggest, practitioner, conference with meetup groups across the country. And I drove this crazy bus across the country for 2 years and went to all these meetup groups. I've been to hundreds of health conferences and functional medicine conferences. I met all these doctors, and, we started the Functional Forum in New York. So tons of people ask me, like, hey, who shall I go and see? And taking a step back, for some people, it's an amazing experience. They're like, thank you, James. And then for some people, it's kind of like, what was that? Like, why are you sending me to this doctor that, is trying to sell me supplements, or these lab tests aren't covered by insurance, or, they made me pay for a bunch of care up front. Like there was no expectation management system on the front, right? And that's what I started to see, is that people had mismatched expectations with the doctor. And I started to feel a little bit like scared to make recommendations to doctors, because I didn't know, like, would these be one of the people that had a great experience, or would these be one of the people that had like an iffy experience?